Welcome back to Nurse Practitioners Changing Practice. I'm Dr. Carol Berger, and we are going to discuss another really interesting case this week. And hopefully, you can help us to think like a provider and solve the mystery. I'm going to share my screen, and here we go. So, thinking like a provider. Let's see what we've got this week, huh? So, this is Sarah. Sarah is 28, and she comes to you with the complaints of neuropathy. She says it's starting in her hands and her feet, and it's kind of moving upward, progressively getting weaker until she's very unstable on her feet. She's got ataxia. She says that she does drink a little bit of alcohol on a daily basis, but recently she's been trying to cut back on that use, which, was probably excessive. She admits to that. So our key words in this story are she has neuropathy. She's got progressive weakness, and she's got ataxia. This is what we have on physical exam. Nothing remarkable with her vital signs. Nothing terribly remarkable on physical exam, except neurologically, you do notice weakness in all of her extremities with an unsteady gait. So the question is, what's causing her weakness and ataxia? Some clues we get is the mother reports she does take Ativan with alcohol at home, and that's been always a worry to her. And the other clue is she's on some significant psych meds. She's on Ativan as needed, trazodone 100 milligrams at night, and resveratrol, which she's taken for a long time. So our top three differentials become Guillain-Barré, Wernicke's encephalopathy, or ETOH withdrawal. Let's explore these and see what we come up with. Is the weakness caused by Guillain-Barré? While the pros are she does have progressive weakness. The cons are she has not had any recent viral infection or immunization to make us think that. So the next one is Wernicke encephalopathy. Is the weakness caused by Wernicke encephalopathy? The pros are, well, she does have a long history of alcohol use, and she is cutting back. She does have the numbness and tingling in her hands and feet, which would confirm that. Cons are that she's not very confused. Could it be alcohol withdrawal? Well, the pros are that she is very tremulous. The cons are the weakness is generalized and not progressive with withdrawal. So let's look at each system and see what we kind of come up with neurologically. The CT of the head was normal. The MRI of the brain was normal. Assuming it was Guillain-Barré, IVIG was given for 5 days, but there was no improvement. Actually, she got worse. Cardiac. EKG showed a normal rate and rhythm. Cardiac enzymes were normal. Respiratory. Chest X-ray was normal. GI. She actually developed a partial small bowel obstruction that cleared with laxatives. That would really support a Guillain-Barré kind of thought, right? GU, your analysis was negative for UTI. Musculoskeletal. She's unable to move her arms or legs on command at all. And this has progressed. Neurological. She tries to follow your commands. She's very tremulous in both hands. She can verbalize, but it's with a lot of effort. And sometimes it's just like in bursts of words. Now she's begun drooling continually. Psychiatric. On review of the chart, what you find is that all psychiatric medications were stopped shortly after she came into the hospital. The risperidol, trazodone, and Ativan. They just weren't restarted, presumably from altered mental status, right? So what do you think? Was it a delayed reaction for the IVIG to help eventually? Did the what did the IVIG do? She was started on vitamin B12. She did receive 3 or 4 days of that with not a lot of improvement. So initially IVIG didn't help much, and initially the vitamin B12 didn't help much. The tremors increased until she was in full-blown seizures. At the time of the full-blown seizures, multiple anti-epileptic medications were given, which Cymbalta was the medication that finally stopped the seizures, but she'd had, Ativan, she'd had Keppra, she'd had Dilantin, and then Cymbalta was given. So after the seizures stopped, she fell into a postictal state for about 24 hours, where then she fully recovered. But she had a full recollection of all the events that were going on. She could say what was going on day after day. So the question is, was it Guillain-Barré, which again had a delayed response to the IVIG? That's one school of thought. Was it Wernicke encephalopathy that finally responded to the vitamin B12? Or was she withdrawing from alcohol, which was exacerbated by the withdrawal from risperidone, Ativan, and trazodone abruptly? The moral to the story was she recovered fully without any side effects. So, I don't know. You decide. What do you think? Let us know what you think about this case. Was this Guillain-Barré, Wernicke encephalopathy, or withdrawal from ETOH? Thanks for listening to another interesting case and helping us solve the mystery. See you next week.